everybody. It's me, Flyersguy, and welcome to another edition of Throwback Flyersguy. I'm your host, Flyersguy. In my last episode, I talked about my experience with the UK TV series, The In-Betweeners. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about my experience with the UK series called Skins. Now, there is a US version that aired on MTV, but I've never watched that one before. I always watch the UK version. My first experience with Skins on the UK series Skins was in the summer of 2017, way before all this happened to me, with tracheostomy and everything. Way before all that, back when I was able to eat and drink. And I remember coming home one day. I remember just looking for something to watch on Netflix. I couldn't really find anything good on Netflix, but I was able to find this UK show called Skins. Now, at the time, my first experience, I really enjoyed it. The Skins UK series spanned three generations of characters in their shows. The first generation circles around Tony Stone and his friend Sid, who's in love with Tony's girlfriend. And also, we are introduced to a character played by Hannah Murray, known as Cassie, a very strange character going through some health issues. She doesn't have cancer or anything, she's just going through an eating disorder in the show. She joins up with the crew. There was a time in the show where she asks, they try to set Sid up with her on a date. Sid cancels, and all kinds of crazy stuff happens. Sid finally falls in love with Cassie. And there are so many times in the first season of will they, won't they, and finally they finally hook up right almost at the end of series 1. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about all series, because I'll be here all day if I talk about all this. I'll talk about every generation. But I will talk about the second generation. Now, the second generation, the second series, was not the favorite of most fans of the UK series. They liked series 1. And the reason they had different actors in different types of series is because a lot of the actors moved on to do other things. So they had to change it up every year, kind of like Degrassi in a way, except Degrassi kept the same characters for many seasons until things started to change in 2004 and 2005. And had that same formula with Degrassi. Series 2 had a bit of more of a darker tone to it. Don't get me wrong, the first series had a dark tone, but the second series really had a dark tone, and they really turned it up way, way high in series 2. With series 3, they dialed it up even higher. Because there was a lot of drama in series 3, a lot of won't they moments, a lot of lashiness. And our first death in the series, well, maybe our second death in the series. Well, third death, because in series 1, in Series 1, well, the characters passed away. I forget what character it was, but he was a favorite of the show. See, unfortunately, he ends up dying in Series 1 due to a drug overdose. And then Season 2, Series 2, at the end of the series, what's the guy's name? At the end of the series, another character dies as he's fighting to death with a baseball bat. Kind of horror for me go out. And then in Series 3, a character dies in a ATV accident or a car accident in Morocco when the entire gang went to Morocco for vacation. My character's name in Series 2 is Freddy. So Series 3, it was, I forget what her name was. But she was a very iconic character in the series. Series 4, Skins Fire. Honestly, I didn't like that one. I didn't think it was that good. I really didn't think it was that good. They tried to make the show what it was by, just reinventing it, but, it just really didn't go well for the show. I honestly think the first 3 series were just fine. I have not watched the MTV's, the US series of Skins. I don't know what to watch that one on, so if anybody can give me a clue on what to watch the US version of Skins is, where you can watch that on, please let me know. I know you can watch the UK version on Prime Video, I think Tubi, but if you guys know where I can watch the US version of Skins, please let me know. I'd just like to check it out to compare the 2 series, to see which series is better. But honestly, the UK version is a great series. From what I hear, the US version did not get much attention. The show was on MTV for a little bit, and then they just took it off abruptly. I don't know why. Same fate as the In-Betweeners. Only lasted a season. But I'm curious to watch that show. Very curious to watch that show. There's a lot of shows that only lasted a season, which I'll be talking about in the next episode of Throwback Flyersguy. And in the next episode, I'll be talking about the MTV series, the MTV adult cartoon series, Good Vibes. And I'll be talking about my experience with the show Good Vibes. The show that had great potential to have a second season, but unfortunately suffered the same fate of the US version of the In-Betweeners. So guys, I'll see you in the next episode, where I talk about my experience with the MTV adult cartoon series, Good Vibes. Guys, I'll see you next time.